I was gonna chill. My phone not on 100%. I was gonna chill back and shit like that. Relax, I got to the point that if we don't understand what I'm saying the NFL is so boring that it need me, right? That's the street comedy. Like, the sports is so boring. Let me say it like this, right? Instead of sounding cocky, because that don't sound cocky. That's how boring it is. I'm very a modest person and hard on myself. I'm gonna show y'all something I heard somebody. So you just in the end, it got to the peak of like why I would go to the gym or why I work places to because I work a couple franchises that were in the position of shutting down or giving up, and I helped peak, like I was talking about with I guess that was like what's the word? Old fashioned, not old fashioned, but y'all know what I mean, like when they see someone old school and they're like, all right, trying to knock off the dust. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things. So whatever that be, I know what I'm saying. That was a very quiet way of saying it. But yeah, so like that's what the end of this sports. Cause I don't play any sport, but that's what these sports is echoing. Like, they so boring, they need me. And I think that's funny. But that's not why I'm live. I'm live because it's to do an inverted survey of I'm still that comedy guy. Hi, this is a man. If y'all want to come in live and lose all of y'all immunity from how wild roast y'all, because it's like because the biggest roast is what are you talking about, and then when y'all come alive, I look like Hades or some shit. It was just like the minimum I'm talking is fighter's clout, because I did a fighting sport in high school, and it's obviously some people don't let go of the sport, and some people is just in their nature to glow that way, and some people have reached a horizon from being that type of champion that can be labeled other ways. And we don't want me to be on Muhammad Ali because I was a neighborhood kid, but yeah. So in the end, that's what people do to people that got fighters clout. They say, "What are you talking about?" Because they want to see them lose, and I just be like, I got time. Oh, you want me to lose? Not no. Oh, you think I didn't notice that? No. I promise you, I won't be like that. Yeah, that would be funny if you said that shit and nigga slapped me in my face. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and it'd be funny if I catch that shit, right? No, it wouldn't. You lame ass. So just cool like that. So we can always, y'all invite y'all celebrities to the comedy stand up. You get what I'm saying? I need to have a open mic where we all claim to be funny, and we know I'm not gonna say I'm the leading or whatever they call it, the main something, but we all know I talk like this as a trap. Like, what? It's the are you ready for me to what? Roast your ass. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, we're not. It's always a whole bunch of, it'll be funny if that guy gets you for you being that prepared. That's not premeditation though. You know what I'm saying? That's not that's improvisation. We know that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way you can win against a goldfish. You get what I'm saying? Especially when you reach a certain peak of people. Like I said, I'm not the sniper on the roof. I'm on the roof trying to play. And there's a difference between the roof and the balcony. And you're on the balcony. You know what I'm saying? They don't want no. They didn't go on the millionth person that go on the balcony after seeing that shit don't work. Don't want to hear the way they got the millionth one, if they did millionth two person off the balcony. So it got to the point that I got retired because people was like, I don't want to hear your improvisation, and that's a hell of a stain because it's like they, that's like what I mean by detect the Webpoolz on school boards, owner telepathy, and old school chief. That's how you know what I'm saying? They'd rather be in that jurisdiction, for lack of better words, but to keep seriousness, that comedy, be in the circle, or what's the word? It's another word. Well, I guess they try to say I'm not hip, but I'm the whole horizon. Yeah. There's another way I wanted to say it, but I know what I'm saying. So that being said, as people don't want my improvisation to get them off the balcony, and then people are not stepping up to the job, so it's more of a time delay for opportunities in the check and balance shift. And that explains what I be saying in all my videos. Like I said, that platform was tweaking. That's all I was talking about. All right, hold on. Like, a parent be like, hold on, let me make sure you. No, I ain't going but I'm just taking caution now. You can't be mad. I'm taking caution. I know you. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. So just doing that type of street comedy, because that's the neighborhood kid vibe I was, like I was explaining. So y'all, we need to have an open mic, and y'all invite your comedians, you know what I'm saying, that you feel like should do the stand up. Which we know, I'm all down for, wink, you get what I'm saying. I'm not gonna give that to strangers that they can try to cricket me. Y'all, I'll let y'all cricket me, and then I'll be funny the next joke. And then when I get off stage, and y'all laughing at other people's joke, and then we all talk, we understand we was holding it in. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm a roast that. If I was, if I wasn't funny, I was through roast, because I should have been funnier, right? And if I was funny, oh, now that's hilarious. So yeah, like that's why I haven't done stand up. I feel like that was not right to leave my friends out and go talk to strangers about how I would improvise comedy while people practice their jokes, and people be like, oh, they'd be like, oh, he's so used to improvising. That was supposed to be the funny part? Was that supposed to be the illegal part? How did you just find an improvised joke? Like, did it say hilarious in the air, or the audience, the quantity of people with the quality of how funny I was? Did it say that before we just, like I said in the video, like people got down, swallow the funny part and try to be serious, take that as adrenaline? Damn. Hold on, let me see. But so this is why I'm live though, because this is the comedy that I want to give y'all. Let me see. Was it on this, or did I go through, or I was on the wrong thing? So, obviously y'all know I love football. You know what I'm saying? Without saying, right? So, Medium made a skit about how hard I work, and bullshit. He wants credit for that stuff. It's something like that. But we all know that I want the jokes for us. I don't want the jokes for, like, like I said, it's just roasting that comes next. It's not a grudge. It's a leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? I can find solitude in where people, So, what I'm about to show y'all is, if y'all don't think this is hilarious, we just don't want me to make it. You know what I'm saying? And the atmosphere is saying that I've been making I've been not giving up on my dream. No, I've been keeping track of the air dried out when I was 16. I understand I'm 29, but if people are saying, if you're really that athletic, you know what I'm saying, why give up? You know what I'm saying? All right. But in the end, if we're not understanding, like, for it to say that I'm trying to make it, that's a crazy planetary system. You dig what I'm saying? Metaphorically. So the video about this show is very hilarious to me. It might not be hilarious to y'all, but y'all gonna hear me laugh. You get what I'm saying? Y'all gonna hear me laugh. Because this is what news is supposed to do when they invite someone, because, in the end, Detective Webpoolz School Boards, like I said, that project of mine, if we don't have to go by that, just that alumni don't like peer pressure project of when I go to school, my oral will still be there. And whatever school also has asked for that type of intuition, for lack of better words, to not go into we not understand how non-for-profit I am. Because there's a lot of profit in it, right? Ha ha he he. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm just never the worst invitation, but I never asked to be stuff. So my fun, so it's so hilarious to me to be in a position where I'm called to be part of scenarios. Like, no, man, you know about this, or like they're trying to say I'm associating. It's just because they see that I could fit in that way if people was mature to not play a certain way. So they'll be like, there's tendencies where you can just go ahead. So in the end, that's what this is hilarious to me, like, because like I said, I don't ask for attention. So that exponent is always there for why it's hilarious to me. And like I said, this is how the world works, and people go past barriers. It's like I said, make sure the kid is ready for school and knowing the barriers between of the parent got to keep that in mind when they come home to kids got to keep one in mind of the parent having a long day and everything between. And then the news might help the satellite and surveillance, the new, whatever type of news it is, if it's basketball life news, football life, news, that's where it's really conjunctioning. But also it's just the understanding of people took a shower away from that animosity that they had today. They could refresh, and then they will remind them that you got to go back in the real world. That's what I'm talking about, from where I started with saying I don't always want to throw out that alias. I just want to be respected for the world works. And I'm silent. So yeah, this is my sense of humor. Okay. This is like I said, it's a whole organization to a planetary system type of control and canceling and organized, and people's like, who's gonna give that to you? And it's like, sense of humor is gonna give it to me. So yeah.
Davis to throw. Davis is on. Davis going deep.
No, oh, wrong video. Hold on, that's not what I want. Where it at? Hold on. I didn't hinted it, but this is it right
The infamous W speech. Can you tell us where that came from, the origin story, like how you thought that up and how it went for you?
Well, it was a whole week's process, man. And we're in the dome, man, and we're trying to find a way to get a win, man. I was desperate for a win. So earlier that year, I talked about, the alphabet soup and eating W's. Even earlier that week, I got some W pancakes made for my offensive linemen so we can eat a W. Man, it's the whole visual process, whatever it takes week in and week out to encourage guys to come and show up and show out and do what the Lord called us to do. And that was getting a W.
The infamous W speech. Tell us where.
Y'all do not have to be my friends. If y'all don't think that was funny, that is, y'all did clout up I ain't 39 so badly. I said I'm not 39. You know, that song just went through the roof. Damn. Oh, I see you. I ain't 39. Like, damn, I wanted that joke so badly, right? That's worse. Oh my God, we about to make a whole hour on the understanding of illegal watching, because that's not just how you watch. What's good, bruh? Hey, you want to listen. You know how I like football, right? I don't know if you're going to stay alive, but, right? I like football, right? So, you know how I talked about, I don't know if I told you before I played every position, but you know, I have a sense of humor. And you know, I work in a way that make people work. So if you don't catch this joke, I'll be explaining it. But listen to what this quarterback said. Listen to what this quarterback said, man.
Hell, the infamous W speech. Can you tell us where that came from, the origin story, like how you thought that up and how it went for you?
Well, it was a whole week's process, man. And we're in the dome, man, and we're trying to find a way to get a win, man. I was desperate for a win. So earlier that year, I talked about, you know, the alphabet soup and eating W's. Even earlier that week, I got some W pancakes made for my offensive linemen so we can eat a W. Man, listen, it's the whole visual process. You know, whatever it takes week in and week out to encourage guys to come and show up and show out and do what the Lord called us to do. And that was getting a W.
The infamous...
Whatever it takes. No, but that's not the funny part. You know, the whatever it takes is showing like, I'm like, you know, I love football, and if I can make it, I'll still make it. So the whatever it takes, that's the good part. It's to say what the Lord did so we can get a W. Nigga said what the Lord did. And that shit supposed to go over my head. This is a grown ass man saying Lord that way, goddamn. Oh, I know you heard that shit. I'm just talking it out. I didn't even mean to talk it out that fast, so. Nigga just called that nigga a Lord. You know, that nigga listen, that nigga go to church. He knows God. He knows whoever he talking about don't want to be called God. So he said, Lord. That's it. If it wasn't for the Lord, we would lose. If it wasn't for... Okay, so I don't want to hear nothing about Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and cultures, flags, okay? Because if it wasn't for the Lord... Jesus. Boy, you should have stayed alive, but you heard this shit. You heard, he's like, oh, I know what he talking about. You should have let me add you to the line so I could be like, you heard that? Yeah, I heard that shit. I got you. I ain't gonna leave you in the clout. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. So, like I said, if y'all don't want to be my friends, y'all ain't gotta be my friends. I heard what I heard, okay? And he knows who God is. And, you know, it's just like calling out an angel. He just knew to say Lord for that particular situation to give God his credit. And let God his credit. If you lose. Don't want to be my friend. It is okay. Like I said, it is. Listen, I am just not the worst invitation. I never wanted friends. If you're not understanding what I'm saying, because like I said, I got this clout. Like I was so great as a friend. I so wanted friends instead of I'm very understanding. But you know, that's not how we're going to cloud it up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make it seem like I did that to not lose friends. Well, when someone's your friend, you do stuff to keep them as a friend. You get what I'm saying? Before they was my friend, I did stuff as a great customer service person and being a 24-hour non-for-profit entrepreneur, neighborhood kid turned authority, because I can't call myself a kid no more. So whatever the Lord... Listen, amen. because first of all, I've talked. I don't know if I talked about it on this channel, but I talked about it about where people where he's from, they respect that type of, you know, zoning and knowing the play between. They probably don't know to call it that militia, but knows when home and away games gets a different agency to zone it, and whoever from that agency is not on par, the people in between that helped with that safety as a family, if not an individual. And this boy said, I already made a video ahead of where he gives respect. So it really echoed loud as shit because I already gave respect that like I said, where he's from. And like I said, they was trying to call that out, and he already respects those things, so it's not embarrassing. But the thing is, why it's funny, it's not embarrassing. You know, he ha ha. That's between me and him, and he don't know, or clout wise, don't know. But in the end, it's not embarrassing. It's funny. I want to be called. God, I want God to have all His promises. So it's funny because talking is that respect is there. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's funny. And what's more funny about it, because like I said, it's not really a roast on him other than what he indulged himself in. So it's not embarrassing. It's more embarrassing that this has been obvious. So, off of that, off of how he represents himself and came up and can be that quarterback. Okay, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing only because he's not trying to win. He straight up said that. He straight up said, Rider versus deck of cards, and Rider versus deck of cards is what the Lord. Real, like I said, Dan Letty said real football before. I had a crazy momentum commit to that, which I was explaining with my mother. That's what that is. Which she just admitted my zoning, I needed to be shut down. And I'm like, that's okay, so understand, I don't like lies. It's not, that saying that me being a bullet catcher and zoning, but I use the word bullet catcher to say zoning because people are like, who do you think you are? And I'm like, bullet catcher, and I'm alive. Something zoned. I'm in some zone, okay? So, yeah, I keep talking about, she said, well, you needed to be shut down. Finito. That clout of alibying and y'all, that being y'all friend, you get what I'm saying? You should never tell your kid they need to be shut down. Especially when they had good grades and there was a role model. You get what I'm saying? Oh, you fell off as a role model? Was it my fault? No, it's just people that went on with it, like, and I need to be shut down for still being that selfless. All right, so yeah, so I just like I said, Dan Lanning said, real football, a backup quarterback, Army, which don't make no sense why I didn't. They it's that's a roasting in itself. They don't have the They do have the barriers, but then that's just you. Like I said about when my siblings be like, okay, mom, I gotta worry about school, okay, and I did it. Oh, that's just you. You get what I'm saying? So Ben, that's what I mean by momentum commit, obviously, and anything between that I need to bring up or some shit, right? Whatever that is. Other examples, that's what that is. But back a quarterback saying, showing that that's Army commit. That's why we wanted to go to Army. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you know what I'm saying, and then the highest chief network with every country, and it's just the people that don't know how to, listen to that maturity, why wars break out, why them chiefs try to clear it out, break up the fight as much as they can. Where I say I don't call these wars at all, I just call them battles. I said there was only one war. So they want the one that can say Pangea is not a theory chief from the consistency. And knowing that whatever momentum commit from there, looking at that chief, and the interviewer asked, do you feel more comfortable because it had some, I guess, threats to that guy, right? So the interviewer asked a regular question, like how regular that was, but it's funny. But no, first he said, keep that black flag mentality. You're not supposed to be able to joke with that type of. I don't play that way, so I know exactly how that chief feel, right? But then it's like I already told him how and play and read says, and like I said about dusting off. All right, let's get this started back up, and people are too spoiled to respect manners because of the entertaining disrespect, or like I said about open mic and roasting, they got the wrong side effect from it. So yeah, so you joked like that, black flag, and then when the interviewer asked him, because he knew he shouldn't have joked like that, and it's not his first day knowing he asked him a simple question about trying to become the starting quarterback. He said, do you feel safe? Do you feel better under center or in shot? He said, I don't feel safe in neither. You in the wrong job, sir. You thought you got call 911? Wait, he asked you a simple question, and you over here talking about some. It should be up to the Lord for us to win. You shouldn't be trying to throw the game. And that's why the game got so boring. So, because people got to get home safe. So if you don't try to throw the game in that way, obviously you're just not going to be on the team. So it's up to the, you know what I'm saying? Obviously we then took it past districts and barriers, but I want to start something smaller than, so we can understand what barriers mean. And where the word 5G towers boil brains is a joke on that, play on. So, yeah, no one told you to take it. You can throw the game, but you have to play on. You know what I'm saying? You have to do something that you can get past the barriers and have a alibi that you're doing that, which is very, like I just brought up Army Sports, so I can't explain that, why it's going to be clout like, what are you talking about? That's very illegal. But saying you don't feel comfortable under either, it sound like a cry for help, which is a Army joke. You know what I'm saying? Of you in the wrong. You didn't get this acceptance to do that. That's what Echo, and he said that. Oh, I don't feel comfortable, and then it's just themed right. That's what I'm trying to say. And that platform will try to flag me for talking without understanding. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm about to talk about more momentum commits or even another sport. But the whole thing is, that's why I'm live, right? I heard this guy got down. But that nigga probably didn't even want me to come out, like, because he was trying to play dumb that why I'm still wearing. He's like, why are you still wearing it? Yeah, but I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? So, people, I'm not going to say he one of the people, but, people hate when I give them space to think for themselves, and then it accommodates me. Right? Let me leave for it. Keep accommodating him. All right, so the whole point is, all I'm talking as a militant person. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my wrestlers know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And that obviously I know more people on the other categories of how they got to know me, from their colorable understanding of how going home and not feeling love, but understand it has to correspond the other way too. While someone really don't have that love at home, and that was the big echoing, and then coming back to the captain, you know what I'm saying? I was like that, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, to have that type of arsenal, like I was saying as a kid, I mean, not as a kid, but I had it as a kid, but, well, yeah, teenager's still a kid, but having that type of arsenal when mature, even people in their late 80s or in the hundreds, and with soldiers having even protected people on that level, avenue, venue, procedure, protocol, cadence, that the walls have ears is enough. You know what I'm saying? For that, to be in there like swimwear like that. Obviously, I have to talk up like that. And like that parent says, that's your fault. And it's like, I know it's my fault. But what you got to understand, it comes with those barriers. So you're past barriers and saying, we don't keep going. And that's what I mean about people are joking because of the fun that could be happening, but we're running from the roasting in that way and barriers, which is very illegal, and it's not going to be bothered up like, all right, it's just, no. You can run without doing that, but then you wouldn't be in your position. It's, it's a big flaming, militant flame, but, non-commissioned, so we don't hold how someone commissioned if they got to that point, which they're not, I guess not that funny, right? If you did that to them, they stare at you like this. You understand it's a joke of, boy, you gonna go that far in barriers and let me goddamn get them stains? No, we gonna give it to. So yeah. So the point is, yeah, I'm not talking like this to sound tough. If it speaks for itself, the shoe fits. The shoe fits. In the end, it's safety protocol, and maybe commission people do overdo it because they're like, oh, I'm not gonna miss this chance. You know what I'm saying? But I want to miss a chance. That's what makes it more funny. Like, I hope you take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? I hope you don't depend on someone like that. You know what I'm saying? But you can. You know what I'm saying? But you will lose points for depending on someone like that. You know what I'm saying? Because your maturity will alter why you depend on someone like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Nothing's wrong with depending on people. I don't do like depend on nobody. But I'm just saying, nothing's wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? If they're there to be dependable. But it's not having the maturity for when they said they will take that arsenal and then keep throwing them deeper into the depths of what your dependability has reached. Not understanding that's how the mafia debt to what we call the national debt rises. And medieval people are, it's their culture that way, in the mafia family being the drip of that is putting it into words like it's the culture to chivalry and the Constitution. If you meet someone chivalry, they're going to follow the Constitution without reading it. To if you meet people that are angels or lords from God, you know what I'm saying? They probably read the Bible in a time that not to be followed back home, which is heaven. So it's people fell from heaven and they don't know how to get back. And then there's people that came to earth and they can't get back because they're watched back home. And it's the same procedure of getting back home to people going to the depths of more. So, yeah. That being said, that's how church and court work. You stay in church, you follow church, you're in heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting followed to church, you get what I'm saying, and you don't want to give up your home, you get what I'm saying, you know, you can live on earth knowing you know the gospel. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, and then people that are in hell will be on earth and be in hell on the earth and stuck in court from that leash. And they will always try to crab in the barrel the next people back down. But yeah, so the whole point is this boy said, and you know, like I said, y'all don't have to be my friends. I know what he said. You know, if I really wanted to make this video on my miss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I walk past people, and some people understand it's none of their business that I have this miss that I'm, you know, I gotta save myself from nightmares every day if I want to call this existence, right? And then it's second nature to me in people's heads. So, you know, that crowd control. And you know, that's just who I am. That's my normality. You know, that's why I understand people would choose me over other authorities, because that's some sort of potent, you know, I don't want to say Olympian or Olympia, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that with, you know, it's like when they talk about gods, they do expect to, you know, they talk about gods, they talk about evil. And it's like, I wonder if somebody is dark aura and is pure. You know what I'm saying? And I'm that Joker card. You know what I'm saying? You know? So that's the whole point. It's like, when you see shows and stuff, and they be talking about someone chose the dark side, and then someone needed to save them. I wonder if somebody is just that unlockable character that they live in the dark side, but they're not an evil they're not that opinion of dark, and I am. Which is actually the aura of the military in general. But they don't call it dark. They call it militant. So I call it militant too. So that's the whole point. It's that whole get up. Yeah, so, you know, I think that's hilarious because it's just like, oh my gosh. You know, a football newscast, knew who was coming in, knew the mist that there was going in, and, you know, called it out for it. They got games to play. You know what I'm saying? You know, to tell them the shower they getting from being on this newscast. And the person telling them he already knew. Y'all trying to make fun of it like, am I not mature? And I am mature. It's a more of, like I was saying about stacking noise and organizing noise, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say I want to still play, but if you get the opportunity, are you going to take it down? And so is that play on the joke? So if y'all don't want to be my friend when I'm roasting a grown or older person that's stooping down to that level, I got to get away from the bullying. You get what I'm saying? People aren't mature enough to respect this miss. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm saying, in the end, is why higher rank officers, if not chiefs, looked at as chiefs, don't lollygag around people because they know they will stoop down too low, or they don't have that paralysis to not. People don't understand. They gotta keep going by this protocol because y'all would try to bully them for them being Mr. Nice Guy. Well, I'm fine with being bullied for being Mr. Nice Guy. I'm a comedian, so it's just the norm. It's my normal motion, and I am dismissed. I think it's really cool that it's finally echoing in the air. Like, people know that mist when they see that mist. Like that, it makes sense for what someone is going through. As I look at my nail. You get what I'm saying? Which I know why I'm looking at my nail. You get what I'm saying? It was a mist about money. And then I tagged on being the owner of telepathy with looking at my nail. And I keep looking at my nail because money's not an issue. It's a bullying traffic. It's like I said, if you lose the next game, because you know what I'm saying. So that's simple. If you lose the next game, so I was like, oh no, let me goddamn go live, hit these points. Get it back to like life is school, because only my school could have claimed this type of priorities in check, and they priorities around that person, and it's been expanded and kept me infamous. And my family knows this, my close family, if not everybody in my family, and they play dumb to an extent, so it doesn't need nobody else between. But that's what I talking on live for. Not like, okay, y'all, lemonade stand, and I'm selling this a lot on lemonade. No, my lemonade stand gave a safe place, and people was like ran off on the plug. They didn't drop no money in my bucket for making that safe place for opening up a stand and watching traffic go by. But it did make them want lemonade at a profit business. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to help the donation of a non-for-profit for doing that, but it did, help. And that's all. That's all I wanted to get out of it. It's nothing else. And it's just like, it's funny as hell that people know that's what I want to get out of it, so it's clouded like that's not what I want to get out of it. No, that's not. Why are you so serious? I'm just trying to figure out why they don't want to have those conversations. Waiting patient, I see it. They gon' hate when I'm playing. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's the whole joke. Just a mission, just to chill with friends. That's what his whole talk was like. He heard of that prospect, right? And, he complimented them. He doesn't want to play that prospect. That's why it's funny. It's not really that he complimented him. He don't want to play that prospect, and he knows what team that prospect is going to. I didn't say the team. He probably did. I didn't. I'm going to let that prospect choose whatever team they want to choose. He thinks he got it down. And if he don't win, the Lord tried his best to make us get a W. But I'm gonna shout out to that prospect that played every position and troubleshooted to be called the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give him his accolades, because I want to be like that, but people call me egoistic for trying to be that great. So I want to tell that prospect, you can relate to Dan Marino for the up game. You know what I'm saying? Because I've reached that caliber that I can speak up and give, protect people like I've always done. You feel me? Or what sorts? You know what I'm saying? For whatever word I should have said, right? But as the leader of the Zeds, I could say that word a different way. So, but I'm just a bullet catcher. So I want to give that guy his credit. Because that's very hard to do, people see what I'm talking about is people don't wear the community when they go play. They say, I'm about to play. When I'm done playing, I'll talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? You walking in, they're not going to mess up your footwork the same way. I already told them how I play and Reese. You is a crazy, cold prospect. You know what I'm saying? What if you acting like in school I wasn't really Rod Lee? I know it's on those. But yeah, what if you just drop that whole community off of you? Because that's what the symbolism is, Rock Lee is, if I didn't play with this weight of y'all, I would be cold. You know what I'm saying? So, I know what I'm saying. So, I want to give that prospect his credit. because in the end, there's another way I could say it or something, but yeah, that's very cold. You know, that's crazy to have those momentum commits and people want to kill the prospect, but if you're, like I said, you probably don't play that way. But the roasting is like, if you want to roast us that way, just take the roasting. And this is like, I said freeze. It's not, I don't want to roast y'all that way, but whatever. That's what we talk. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to organize the world on that harsh and be harsh on yourself to make them know that's not how harsh it should be, right? Well, they will tell you being hard on yourself and you didn't do nothing wrong is not how harsh it should be. And then things between happen for what hasn't been spotted or tagged. Battleship still there, you know what I'm saying? For the city you from and the high score from commercials, being able to talk, that's called the Men in Black, you know what I'm saying? That's called the behind the scenes to get the stage right. So they talk. That's part of the stage to talk about that, and if they want credit, or if they do so much, we can't help but give it credit. Yeah, because yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy as hell. That's crazy. But you know, people want that type of overseeing. So I believe you as a prospect to do that. You know, that's cool as hell. They're like, it's cool to do that without that way. It's cool to, you know, that's actually what people call showing off, and you're doing it in a way not to show off. You're doing it to troubleshoot. So, you know, most people are like, man, watch me do this. You know what I'm saying? They got this way of trying to say, watch them do this. You know what I'm saying? That you got like Zoda states, you got the whole world on you. And you ain't saying, watch you do this. They like, go ahead. Oh, he did that. Nobody was watching. On their telepathy, you know, ancient Houdini, whatever, you get it off of you. You know what I'm saying? Like in school, I wasn't really Rotley, you know, and you walk with that, and people don't call that popularity because it's just you. Even though that's the example of popularity. You know, people try to reach, but the world's so inside out. Like I said, people want to be in that overlay, that oversee. They want to be in that, like I said, no word, people have motion in my lives, but they want to be in that cosplay. And you just be a battery. That's it. You're just a battery. And you don't play that way. So you'll be a battery if you can play. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like we're throwing weight on you, you're going to be a battery no matter what for you to play. Or you're going to get too old, right? And you was a battery and you thought you was going to play. Because it's crazy to be 16 and that battery, and they try to air on you to make the joke that I just said. But in the end, people still think you're going to make it. So whatever team you're choosing, and so I feel like they on the right team, and the Lord is going to while we shuffle through the team that he hoped the Lord incites, because he still wants to be a starting quarterback and no one else understands, but he has the overseeing and the no ceiling to talk it, and it doesn't miskabobble, because you know everybody knew Devontae Adams was going to the Jets off of that. The whole world on prospect, you know, and then the same things are right in reverse deck of cards, happening. So hopefully I do get to go on that team when that prospect gets to go to his team. From hard work pays off, and we're adding more hard work. You know, it's more than last time, so it should, but you know, anything can happen. And it's just like, so are we, because this is the main thing I hear in the air, right? Like I said, I look at my nail for the whole understanding. Are we saying he's going to make it and there's no trade deadline when he make it? He has that authorization, you know? Josh Gordon, you know, just to talk this tag clout, Josh Gordon had to get banned for smoking weed. Was he on Cleveland at the time? Yeah. And it didn't make sense, but you know, that's kind of like it when Cleveland had the draft for 2021. Oh, let me see. I think he was on Cleveland. Nah, I think he was on Cleveland. I don't gotta. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That administration looking out for that prospect, you know, don't make sense. It's just, like I said, it's a whole bunch of weight. So, yeah, because they scared to play that prospect. Because at the end, people only talk about, like I was talking about with a dark aura being pure, but it takes a lot to be pure through those, that gravity pure pull. I said pure. But yeah, I guess that gravity pure pull of having a dark aura and dark energy. But it proves how pure proves how pure people are without that dark aura, and it just takes that purity. It's the same purity, you know what I'm saying, to not want to do wrong. And people can't wait to escalate it and say, nah, look at him. I'm the one that I can't get I don't have dark aura. I don't have no aura. So how is he? But yeah, so, you know, people drain themselves and call someone that has aura still wrong or something. Because when they get aura, they either go in the pure state or they drain themselves because of how laws and physics go together. It's been stamped. No one can have that. It is a very rarity, big rarity. So, yeah. So the main thing is stacking so much you can't stereotype war, and someone trying to see that person as a star, or say they're trying to see themselves as a star, and that's stacking so much you can't stereotype war, battleships game. So, the way the war room is set up. But the main thing is, I'm giving that prospect his accolades that, yeah, that guy said that. He got on, they told him they will have him on to talk about that. And then he said that. And he don't want to lose. You know, that prospect glows. There's no proof that that prospect is that cold, but the atmosphere for having the world on him, which is, like I say in videos, do y'all know what it takes to have the atmosphere say that you're cold at? And wrestling example, oh, he's a shooter. He's a single leg shooter. He's a double leg. You know, it takes a lot of practice. You know what I'm saying? So the atmosphere, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? If not, it takes a lot of talking, outsiders talking, that this is how prepared they are. So for people to not want to play that, that's another covenant. That's another level of it takes a lot of talking. And, you know, and to play dumb at that is another accommodation from that too. Which is the comedy, which I said, I'm not going to listen. Y'all don't got to be my friend, okay? I know what I heard. I'm talking the same, you know, the atmosphere is so much inside out. I'm talking the same way if y'all did that. He's no different, okay? Which he knows and which he respects. So it's just that whole understanding of, like I'm saying, I haven't said yet, is the atmosphere echoing that prospect is coming this year, because the prospect just, you know, that's proof the prospect's coming to a team, and he doesn't want to lose because it's, you know, it sounds like a prowess of when he puts his feet under him, he's undefeated. That's what it sounds like. But he can be undefeated with not having his feet under him, and we're delaying the situation of he's so competitive. he will take that L. You know, if we talk too much, like, haha, I beat you, you're like, bro, I was none of that. But he's not going, bro, what? He's not going to do that. He's not going to exaggerate, you know. He's not going to be a sore loser for us being a sore loser. You know, he's going to talk about, well, let's rematch it then, because I'm out of that type of, I tried to troubleshoot that, and y'all won while I was still troubleshooting. You get what I'm saying? Dan Marino type of understanding. Act like, you get what I'm saying? You know, from the up game. So it's, things need to be troubleshooted while people are prepared, while people don't win. And Dan Marino was that type of athlete, you know, that had it all troubleshooted and still didn't get the win. So that's why it's funny, like I said, when he talks and we can tell he's not, ain't no cap in his rap. So, you know, the situation is this prospect coming to this team that's going to make it. And he going, when he comes, because it's been co-redded so much, I'm hearing, that's what I'm hearing from, I played it twice, so is he coming to a team that's going to be able to make it to the playoffs, or is he just going to take over? He's coming for a makeover and blockbuster and whatever happened between swindles of Roger Goodell depends on that too much. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a maturity thing to know why authorization. And like I said, it's not, you can't depend on something and then listen when you want to. That's what I'm saying when I was talking about with Josh Gordon. I didn't know that's how it goes. I didn't know. Well, you know, my yellow mask is on, like, who's Pikachu, like, it goes shatter, and we know what they do. You know what I'm saying? All that confirmed. What they was waiting to talk to him about. And we know what they do. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, I'm going to call out you, Ashton. What's his name? Is his name Ashton Genity? What's his name? Hold on. Okay, because talking about writing versus deck of cards, okay? You know, the reason why I'm going to call you out is because if you go to, Ashton Genty, if you go to the motherfucking league, okay, and you don't keep this shit up, okay, I'll give it to you. You're like Jacquizz Rodgers and his brother James, okay? You're not on the 5'9" is still tall, is the minimum tall level, okay? Because you running like, you know, I'm going to call it out. Right reverse deck of cards, right reverse deck of, okay? I'm going to give it to you. Z is going to give it to you. It's going to give it to X is going to. All right, so, you know, I'm going to call it out. Because in the end, you know, I'm just going to tell you it. I posted, like, it was, that's 21-on-1 got down to me. Like I was talking about, like, a bad handoff that come to me. You know, like I was saying, my football players know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's why Coach Small looked really stupid. Because, like I said, he felt like we already made the team since recess. I never said I wanted to play quarterback. And that's how I did what I could, and the air dried out when I was 16. Because I never said, you know, I've always, you need me? And that's what I did. In football, and it's echoing, I didn't say I was going to stop trying to play football, and I'm talking about when I was 16, you know what I'm saying? Which is why the principal gave us vanilla papers when my mom came in and bucked. It's like, listen, this kid goes all day not complaining about someone watching his paper. He just adapts. You get what I'm saying? And now you want to be a mother when he doesn't complain to you, to his siblings, and now you want to bark at us instead of you just sit there and then let him talk for himself. Well, since you want to hear something like, I only got in trouble one time. That was my whole argument. I was like, yeah, why am I not talking and just saying, I just did one thing? I didn't. Oh, okay, good kid. My bad. We brought in new teachers. Just that's no. I'm about to get my parent points, and it's just like, and that's how I got sedated. She asked about my day, and I'm still not complaining about people trying to see that I have to take an extra step. I have to move out the way, and people are like I said, and it's like I'm funny too. And now people acting like, "Oh, you funny." You know what I'm saying? That's illegal. Principal Hunter was not wrong for trying to do a Martin Luther King speech at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to defend him, but then you want to sedate him. You want to defend him that y'all bullying him, and then she said, "I didn't know you," but you want to bark at them like that, and then you want to sedate him when he didn't say nothing. When you asked about his day. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get your own money, your own zoning for not being American, and then go play. That's childish. So, yeah. So that's the whole point. Is this prospect going to the team and they can still make the playoffs, whatever team it is, or is he going for the makeover and they got to get home safe, and then next season we see what we got? You get what I'm saying? I want him to be able to still go to a team that can make the playoffs. So, like I said, Jameis was talking like the Lord, and you know what I'm saying? But this is a now thing. If you keep that prospect in mind, and in the end, that's what it sounds like when it's protocol to get someone. That was not the word I wanted to use while I was talking about the way the war room set up, but that's a good word to say, protocol, for the prospect people look at in safety. They're from. The protocol is still there. Who's doing it? Somebody. If y'all don't want to give that person credit, the protocol is still there. Do you know who did it for me? You know what I'm saying? Do you know who did it for her? Do you know who did it for him? We didn't worry about that. We just said the protocol is still there. Next generation said they want the best protocol. The protocol is still there. That's how they made it. They had their blueprints, and if I do enough, would you invest in me and trust me? Because I'll ask the protocol to just do the protocol and safety. That's what the prospect name need to be, protocol. But yeah, so yeah, it's just that whole understanding. That's all he was talking with. And then, people that be like, I would have gave up. So they trying to be a dead weight, like there's nothing there. He didn't want to hear there's nothing there. There's something there. There's a protocol. If I get on another team and show that I'm cold, the Lord is good. So, we need to push P. You know what I'm saying? The pirate is pushing P, pushing protocol. So that's the whole evil. I see you don't care about those kids. I'm very different, they say. I don't say nothing, they don't say it. They just think it. I'm above, waiting for Bolo to come save me, and I'm thinking, am I lost? When the Lord mentioned we get, I said, yeah. Whatever you want. I'm trying to be just what? They said the Lord. They said the boss, but I'm still caught in the moment of silence. I've been waiting for my discipline. I can't say I want more. Yeah. So in the end, right, that being said, I was born in the world, right, with this is the only linear understanding. I learned there's more to this linear, okay? I was born in the world, you know what I'm saying? That my physical background is, this is the only linear. Clout-wise, that is my comprehension. No proof of common sense, no proof of thinking, no proof of intelligence, dead, because I don't talk to people. So it's like it's a competitiveness to have the humility as my computer to speak for me or something. Or like I said, cadence talk, and then instead of it being kids playing outside and the cadence is, we need to open up the banquet, or the, we need to get the catering down for food, for dinner, breakfast. Instead of that, and then understand that cadence goes out, and then kids playing outside stew over that. We're acting like the more I talk, I gotta have the atmosphere adjacent. No, them kids know they don't have to be adjacent with knowing they're gonna have food on the plate. They're gonna go home, food gonna be on the plate. They know the adults handled it. So that's the situation. People are acting like I gotta talk certain things out in the air instead of the adults are going to handle it. Right? So that's what I'm saying. The maturity thereof that the newscast didn't have, and him as a player knowing the protocol that other people don't have with their jobs, but he does that the minimum to go to where he expects, and other players that expect, right? To Baker Mayfield won in Atlanta but lost at Tampa. So, riding versus deck of cards, So I didn't even have to goddamn, but so I didn't even have to goddamn bullet. I'm just a bullet catcher. That was. I heard it spoke more for y'all than I do, but yeah. So that's how the world works, Like I said, I sacrifice speaking for myself, and people just know that I will be part of that protocol and what I would do. So talking without talking. And, that's the job of authority, wherever jurisdiction has went. But we stereotyping, like why I said that in my last video or so, the natural disasters and damage that can happen between, or how we should operate off of that. And, it's very, to be rude to somebody that's on that procedure, it doesn't just fall under the category of rude. It falls under, if the air was out, the atmosphere, and we just understand it's a cadence to go with the protocol. You know what I'm saying? Not I'm trying to pop my shit. You get what I'm saying? In general, fighters clout, trying to keep it sportsmanship like, which talking like this, I've won an award for that type of fighters clout and talking like this. It's not about, it's about meeting of minds and meetups in general, not being what was heard without nothing said, because if people can't put things together themselves, or alibi that they could put something together this way and start an altercation with allegations. Yeah, that's simple, because in the end, who's handling all of that? So certain authority just, that's not why I got the job. You get what I'm saying? And it doesn't backlash on them not understanding. Just because it doesn't backlash when you say that doesn't mean the procedure and understanding of when you say that and wish to, because you're talking a stereotype reality. You get what I'm saying? Like, why when I want to work this job is not like that? And someone chooses to, you know what I'm saying, have it like that for you. You got to respect that procedure as authority. You can't go, no. Well, you know what that means. You are tagged for something. So how far that the tag can go, right? And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't just go as rude. So, That's an alibi for how harsh it is and militant and malicious for before that. But in the end, I just want to give that prospect his credit that you are still looked at to go into the league. That's not funny that agencies say that's too much work, just give up. And then it's talked about like, why are you worrying about that? And they're like, what? It's my job and I don't want to do my job, but the job is getting done. So, you know what I'm saying? That's not good that it's taught like that. It should just be understood protocol. You're not the agency. You're not the bureau. You're not the office. You're not the administration. You're not the authority that can watch over that surveillance. Prospects have watched over their surveillance and went first overall because agencies had to only do a little bit. There's been a prospect that did all the above. So it's not new, it was in the air. There's been a prospect that's done all the above. In the end, it's the same understanding of White House checking the balance shift. Like I said with Blake Griffin. Like I said with Dan Marino. And there's other examples. There's been prospects that they go home and their family didn't want to be none of that and that Fed shit. It might not have been Fed shit because you have to get there's an attendance that has to be zoned when you come into the world so they can stop terrorism in general. And the kid has to take the position where that's the only way they'll be accepted back in the house. By pulling the strings. That's not Fed shit. That before he even pulled to that peak, but they never liked being monitored that way in general. So the kid takes it upon themselves. Like for the examples of players I've named, not just this video, to zone that far. Yeah. And it's this regular understanding, just like I said, I don't have to call out a certain agency name where they like, okay, we're not the ones zoning this away game because we don't have the maturity of, you know what I'm saying? Or they took it upon themselves already and we'll laugh at them if they don't keep it up. We already attacked those prospects, like we'll laugh at them if they don't keep it up downstairs. And it's animosity that they're keeping it up. It's like, and then it's like, well, if we kept this, you wouldn't have to be not dunking for more than 2 weeks. It's like, what do you mean? You didn't keep it up, so y'all actually made me not make it to the league. Y'all did worse. What you talking about? Let us have it now and see if you dunk. No, you're with the wrong crowd and saying, all right, y'all can't. What type of popularity test that people didn't know is behind the scenes is that? Amen. Like Jeremy said about Lord. So it's like it's nothing out the norm. It's not a popularity test in that category. It's nothing new for kids to come home and do a lot. And there was no administration to zone them. Or if they did do a lot and the administration said they'll tag along for the ride, the parent didn't want that. Even though that's a shower and clean away from other, that's why they don't want it, and they'll call it feds, even though it's nowhere near when people call people the feds. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still the feds, right? So then that's when they start calling their own kid the feds as a joke. Like, I would still call them, and it's not that. And I made it. You know what I'm saying? So what am I gonna do with you? You know what I'm saying? That whole understanding. So that's the situation, and it's like if we keep this up, we'll have clout to be like, what are you talking about? You have clout, and you don't. I have math. This makes sense. But you don't have the clout. Okay, clout isn't a bad word. Okay, right. I don't have good clout. You're not good clout. You get what I'm saying? You're talking bad about it. So that's the whole situation in clout, obviously, from an authority. I call myself entrepreneur, detective, Webpoolz. That's what that type of, I don't want to just go off of that alias, but we know what title I just said. That's what their job is to do, is to find through the clout. And because I can sift through it so fast, it's still an uphill battle, which is usually when someone can sift through something so fast. Hit sirens. Killing it all. Oh, killing it. Sleeping on the edge of the bed. Using no walls of support. It's the same way up in my head. Walls up so a nigga don't fall off course. Ain't chilling but nobody but force. Haters of course, just from the court. But tell me one thing, man. And just calling names, I'm getting restrained. Why you complaining about niggas don't know the definition of your name? I'm going to strangle. Don't play. Because I don't know how to explain it in English, so I'd rather not speak it, because if I did, you would only understand it in just pieces. Ain't no time for no recess. It's time to grow up while y'all shop. The clock over to the same TikTok. Y'all want me to get y'all? Man, I feel that's a setup. Only thing worthy and still getting better. They want to hurt me because I never ever just go and let up. Understand, lazy overachiever. No, let a man, but still getting let it though. I'm gonna let it from the soul and let's teach a piece. It's rated Z. Don't know no sensors. Don't know how to spit discreet. I know I'm not no beginner, but it's still gonna treat me like a rookie. But I would achieve MVP because I'm just that fly. And nigga be killing it, so I call an ambulance. Killing it, so I call an ambulance. Can none of us just be 10? Squad on, we be on to the end. On. Killing it, so I call an ambulance. Killing it, so I call an ambulance. Can none of us just pretend? Squad on, we be on to the end. Oh. Killing it, so I call an ambulance. Oh, my cousin, a real shooter. That's what I'm saying. Like, they like, okay. Bitch, you know I didn't tell you to be quiet about that shit. Lame ass nigga. Too late, you said it. Am I calling you a snitch? No. I'm saying bad clout. You tell the judge where to hit your party. Killing it, someone call an ambulance. Hey man, nigga. So that's what I was saying. Yeah, I'm gonna roast people forever. And you know, I did meet the pedestal that I could say what I want, so it feels good. Do I have to explain what that means? That to meet that pedestal, but there's kids' meals like I can't say. Dude, it feels good. It feels like I kept the world orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels good to people act like I can't say what I want. You know, I have a dark aura, so to people to, you know, like I said, to take the roasting out of context of what I mean by militant, and like I talk about with high chiefs being that militant, because there's no time to be bullied, but they know I'm fine with bullying the bullies. It feels good. I could say what I want, you know. Killing it, someone called an ambulance. I could have went up. You know, that's what people hate. They're like, I wouldn't have done that if I got to that pedestal, so it's not real. It's like, yeah, bad clout. I don't gotta explain that. It feels good to have the world still old world order. You get what I'm saying? And then I'm talking about goals. You know, it feels good that I care about if no one we call it my baby. Wow, old world order is my baby. You get what I'm saying? It feels good. It feels very great for a comedian that, you know, you go to a record label, which if I help businesses that way, if y'all know what I'm talking about, why they auto-tune people's voices because they hear a lot of stuff pulling up, even if they sung it right. And that's what I was talking about with a wrestler of mine that had a producer. Even if they sung it right, the wrong things are pulling up. But that's the type of artist I am, KAN. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was fine with it to troubleshoot. My voice don't need that, even if it sounds good. And then give that kid that process of rated Z, because it's like because he's chilling with this big ass nigga and he's skinny and he's disrespectful and like he go, you my little nigga. I don't know what people be acting like. I don't little boy nobody. You want to be little boy, but I hold people to their maturity. So that's a reflection on yourself. But yeah, it felt good that a kid knew who the captain of the wrestling team was, and when he see like he like, I'm playing, he produced that person's song. Why the dude relax when it's like, why would you relax and this is you with someone that has no ceiling? Because it feels good to be killing it. Someone call an ambulance, and because I am shivery, like I was saying in the video or this video or so, example of laws type out or physics of a culture already to not be in that karmatic of stacking so much you can't stereotype war, and not when war is going on, all these the monetary systems, all these other hospitalities is there because you don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's hospitality to clear the air. Construction, it's aggressive construction work. Killing it, song called ambulance. You know what I'm saying? So it feels good because in the end, like I talked about with Josh Gordon, right? Or anybody else that after they retire explained. I don't want to say hashtag take the glasses on, but explain like there's a way to not get caught. And we did it the right way. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do it the Roger Goodell goes on depends on that a lot and then chooses what he wants to do out of. No, you're not supposed to do that. If you gotta go by that militia of I said freeze. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, a lot of people don't talk about, I was like Brett Favre drinking. You know what I'm saying? He did it the wrong way. It was a whole meeting of minds that would, you Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? Mike Vick, he did it the right way, but saw that people, he can go with the wrong crowd sometimes, and that's why he's labeled wrong. But he do have a lot of money for doing it the right way. But that's how he got caught up where they said they smelled marijuana on him. Josh Gordon did it a kinch of the wrong way, but it was more of he didn't have the attention span that it would have cleared out for him. Calvin Johnson did it the right way. Percy Harvin did it the right way. And every other person that explains, like, they are not running this league. All I got to do is stay in that tent like Georgia people that don't get caught up. And, killing it, so uncalled. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously I get the worst backlash, like it's not the manufacturer to that protocol. And people, like I said, I'm just such a great time, not the worst invitation. People play on. And that's all it is. That's the comedy. Keep playing on. Name a chief that's not going to tell you keep playing on. And then I forgot what soldiers say when they can't go back. I got, and then I'll be like, oh. And then they tell me a whole story about doing it the wrong way. When I was explaining about how many, the quantity for the quality of jurisdiction everybody wants. And I still say a low number. So, talking to me in the end is a counseling therapeutic vibe. I don't want to say like people are missing out. I don't. If that's what people want to give me as a commentary, that's cool, but I'm not going to say you're missing out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to publicize myself. as suits yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or, I know I'm a great time. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not the worst invitation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that being said, I just hearing the sirens, how like we're doing what we can do when there's like, yeah, by choice. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more, and we might fall off further from here. But the world Tetris is that from them times we did that. So yeah, so it's just that whole understanding, right? It's the Lord help us get it done. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so obviously the protocol's still there for that prospect. So I want to salute that prospect because I want to see that prospect play. You know what I'm saying? Back to Ashton. You know what I'm saying? No, I do not think you're a better running back than that prospect. No. And then if you keep depending on those deck of cards because everybody else do it, I don't want to hear nothing when you go to the league. I don't want to hear you didn't get drafted at that draft pick. Even you know how some people can loan out the truth, and that's not why they did it, but it kind of falls in that. Even if it do that, you know what I'm saying? It's the right thing to say, and they while they trying to get themselves back together in the workplaces of knowing what's not supposed to be what's not supposed to be tolerated. They was right. But in the end, Kellen Moore played for Boise State. There's a lot of clout. You should be beating Barry Sanders' record. It shouldn't sound like you you ran for you should be beating Barry Sanders' record. If you don't beat Barry Sanders' record, you're not held to the pedestal of what your peak is. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it real. And no, I don't think you're better than that prospect as a running back. No, I don't think 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, how old you would be, right? What hell is he? Let's see how old he is. Because you got to understand, like, I give Kevin Porter his condolences of being cold, right? Hold on, let's see how old he is. 20. Okay, no, a 7-year-old is not better than a 16-year-old that the air dried out on him and could have went to Boise State because they called the dog Z. Could have went to UGA. Right? I'll just use Boise State because they called the dog Z. That type of watching. Oh, Z! Like, it's kind of snitching. That's what people got them want for the heat wave, or, the dog would laugh at them so they know it's a good day. I don't have to, we don't know to read without reading shit, and they try to copy that kid's mail to an extent, and they needed extra help. They need to be in a group or something that had the senses, because they don't want to use that person's zoning, and senses is not a waiting game, it's an up game. And these niggas don't trust a thing, and consistency of cool make me boring. Watching the dogs be like, he's an artist. Infamous underground artist on social media. So alright, so walking around with the world on me, social media before social media came. Animals are gonna look forward. Lions can't eat their flesh, and whatever is great at zoning that. Lions cheat to see. Man, they love these things. They be like point and aim, then they prowl away, say it, playing dumb's the game. Oh man, paper ain't money to me. Paper ain't money to. So yeah. So no, 9-year-old I mean, a 7-year-old when I was 16. I mean, when that prospect was 16, it's not better than me. No, we can listen to Jameis Winston's voice about that prospect. So I just wanted to do that whole joke. And if y'all don't want to be my friends, y'all don't want to be my friends. You know, do not put me on Prize Picks. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to be in Madden. So that's what's like, it's, you know, I was talking about like, it don't seem like it's going that way. It seems like it's going like we're going to troubleshoot it that way. I don't know. It might not. But I was talking like Madden's a cold red game, and Madden Ultimate Team kind of made the understanding of you don't got his cards, you can't play with him from Riding versus deck of cards, Riding versus deck, and that's what it would go like that, please, because, you know, it's like, if we could troubleshoot that type of simulation of games, as my mom knows my nickname is Game Freak, you know what I'm saying, because that's one of her favorite songs, says Game Freak until he's Darth Vader. You know, if we can troubleshoot it where it's like that type of audience brought, you know, since I walk with the road on me, we can troubleshoot as the audience is brought in, even off of, you know, I want to play Madden when that prospect got a game, and they want to play with that you know, people do that, and then they don't really see it is synchronized because they don't like they don't like that type of noise while they play. Well, I have the whole world on me. So people will be like, man, I'm not that stupid. I'm not going to play dumb about that stuff. Oh, I knew you were going to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just, like I said, this real video is just about, like I said, looking at my finger, whole mist in the atmosphere of that's not called sleep. You know, I walk down the streets. Where's he going? You know what I'm saying? The whole mist like that. And I'm not walking like, I need to get out of this mist. I'm walking like, and they're like, oh, that's some type of ice. Or no ice. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are you going? Yeah, echoing the atmosphere that employees hate that I don't care where I'm going. And it's like, well, that's none of your business. And they hate that shit too. And then I give them space to think for themselves, because obviously as associate to stranger, you can tell strangers keep it in work, and they hated that. And then I peaked at workplaces like that where killing is someone call an ambulance. You know what I'm saying? So a meeting of minds from a stalk of that song going up. You name the workplace. Yeah. And then, like I said, Lord makes you you know, it's the insider that is out loud, and when I'm talking about it, it's not out loud no more. So if y'all don't want to be my friends for not making it out loud, you know what I'm saying? Because I've roast people because stuff like that is out loud, and it wasn't out loud no more. And he know that prospect, or he heard that, you know what I'm saying? He appreciates that prospect, or he knows that prospect. You know what I'm saying? So it's that whole understanding of, I'm hard on myself. Do I see sight from me being hard on myself, right? That's what I was showing. Oh boy, I want to lead the goddamn live when I was just laughing at, do I see sight on myself for being hard on myself? I mean, do I see sight for how hard I am on myself? That's crazy. That is an insider and is outside, and then when I want to talk about, okay, like I said, my wrestlers know what I'm talking about. To that extent, my football players know what I'm talking about. And then when I want to talk about it, it's like, so I just want that prospect to know people are pushing for you to make it. I don't play that way as Detective Webpoolz, you know what I'm saying? And Hopefully you're not like able to, in the end, you nowhere near 130. You get what I'm saying? So hopefully you don't get gun pointed for them going. Doing that and now killing it. Someone call an ambulance. Stalker that you get sedated because that's not what you meant. That type of trenches and treacherous of who do you think you are. No one gives you credit for that. And because you can't pull up this video. But the protocol is the protocol. And if you want to be part of that lobby, you feel me, that get together, then you have to have manners. You can't know someone's coming and be audience noise to reject it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, y'all ain't shit, and y'all can't talk about it. Yeah, and y'all talking about that protocol. So, yeah. So the point is, the myth, walking around in the myth of people like, where is he going? Because where's sleep at? So people's like, is someone going to shoot him? Like, because the first thing people don't think about is going to bed when they don't see where sleep at. You feel me? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. So, protocol is protocol. And it's just like, killing it. Someone call an ambulance. So, yeah, I just wanted to roast y'all and do better, right? Y'all do y'all thing, get y'all thing. If y'all still want to play sports, it's a physical uphill battle. While mine is Detective Webpoolz gonna speak up for that prospect. So, yeah. So, that's the whole point. The whole point is, I'm sitting here like when I used to live with my mom and siblings, and I can't go outside because I have school tomorrow. So that means, once you, get through that math, that there's no school, you don't have to sit here. And it's just like, I said freeze. You get what I'm saying? It's like, wait a minute. In your late 20s, like you got school? Protocol. So, in the end, like I said about Army sports in Oregon, that protocol. The definition of protocol before protocol. That people, hopefully, they're not in that juncture, and that hospitality gives them their protocol as it has. And, the rest, my wrestlers know what I'm talking about, too. Whatever else I can say. Understand that uphill battle done, and still uphill battles from that protocol. Like, I'll get everybody, and I'm going to get myself out my situation, too. Like, I'm going to make sure everybody get out, don't get haunted from their fights. It's a clean fight. And what about you? Where is he, Mr. Where is he going? You know what I'm saying? They don't see sleep. So it's the same shit. So, yeah. So laughing at me, I'm mature, but then people like, oh, you mature. How about this immaturity? Detective Webpoolz. So that's what I mean by militant. And more. But so that was just hilarious to me. You know what I'm saying? I got this atmosphere like, oh, who do I think I am? And oh my God, I hate when he did this. Like, and then it's like, I don't care. And I'm about to go, and oh, I hate that shit so much. No, you're drained. You know what I'm saying? You're not, you hate that I do this. It's none of your business. I usually go for the amount of hour after hour, you know what I'm saying? I got more to say. New subject. I knew it was going to be a new subject. No, you did not know it was going to be a new subject on those things. You knew protocol. You didn't know protocol could be staying on the same subject. You did not, you know what I'm saying? I hate, because then I can hit this video a whole different way. I could talk a whole different way. I don't want to entertain none of that shit. Y'all get what I know what I'm saying. Okay? In the end, everything I'm doing is not to be looked at as gangster. When you make it to high priorities of authority, when you're a high authority, prioritized, you get this conjunction. That's why they be like, oh, the military is a gang, then there's a gang, and then the passive people fall into that trap. You get what I'm saying? And then video games come out and show, yeah, none of these people that put on a uniform have some type of Assassin Creed. Tell them sit down. None of these people have some type of Splinter Cell. Tell them sit down. None of these people have some type of, they're nowhere near this and they're going to work like that. Like, when you pull someone over, nobody think you don't play video games or have imagination. You just have a uniform on, so you're right. Your head's on right from that guy too. No, a uniform does not give you extra points or drip to have your head on right. You need to have your head on right before you put the uniform on. Not you need to have your alibis right. So that's what I was saying in that video in the beginning from whatever video, and like I said about Oregon and Army, understand, and to have it on that gesture, to have it like, you feel me, we'll call one, of course, that's work, and another one where they told them how to play in recess, like I talked about when calling the game, when it's neither, it's just the main. Yeah, so, the stuff I just said, I can be hilarious. Oh, we knew you was going to stop because you said you did. No, leave me alone. So, street comedy. Let's talk about that air. You know what I'm saying? So, I was going to play One in the Chamber for y'all, but, I didn't like how the atmosphere sounds. Let's see if I can find another song. Yeah, let's play goddamn. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Ain't nobody asking no attention. Jameis? That's why it's obvious. And y'all talking to me like I'm not hard on myself to speak before I speak. You just don't want me to be that cool. That's all it is. Yeah, if that was another kid, me. Best friend told me they was running from me. Oh, July is what to do. I'm trying to be cool. Did I do that? It's more the time. I'll take it, goddamn. No gravity, no proof of making no proof of common sense, no proof of intelligence. Dead. Catch the throne and a corridor. Here we go. Stacking noise and organizing it. Y'all know what we gotta play. It's perfect. When you come to my crib, what them don't follow the way it was follow when you come to my crib. It might talk like they might try to get a hit, get hit. Come to my crib. They might say that's small for y'all, that's the mama, but really it's mine. Wow. So yeah, cause I wanted to goddamn really roast y'all, but I'm not into fame shaming. Is that what the word is, or something like that? I'm not into that type of publicity. So, but in the end, like I said, I keep looking at my nail. You know what I'm saying? You could have come to my crib. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Which our mother came out her mouth and said straight up, you need to be shut down. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Who else gonna do it? You keep just coming home and saying, all right, you got out all that traffic. Oh. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You can always come to my crib. That militant way. That's why I love that song. And like I said, my music gives if we want, don't call me gangster if you leave out the Addams Family. You know what I'm saying? I'm very old school. You get what I'm saying? So if that don't explain it, like I said, I'm not trying to be scary. But the whole thing I'm saying is, I think it's cool to be labeled like I'm copying something, and I'm really it brings the authenticity to the movie, that the movie got the role right, because I have that character that's why I don't watch movies, so people I could talk about noise I hear and why I'm not, and they'd be like, what are you talking about? But if I didn't watch the motherfucking movie, if I watched too many cartoons, I would have been labeled, instead of, like I said, call me gangster or whatever, or who I'm trying to be something, I would have been labeled, I learned it from there. That big gaseous of space of why, y'all took shows away from me. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to think that I don't keep that in mind as a militant person, in general. Or, Stone Cold, if I don't want to use that word. 2013 Manhunt game played of when we see each other, we know what we got into. You know what I'm saying? And thank you, Zemaine, for holding that down. And if y'all don't want to be my friends for that, understand that understanding, if not the other understanding, you know what I'm saying? Lord Major we don't understand that's the compounds of my comedy. And, like I'm still 16 and y'all not giving it to me or something. I'm the same. That's beautiful to feel this youthful. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously I did mature every second as I was born. And I did learn. So don't bring your social studies and your clout to me. Because I did learn how the world works. You know what I'm saying? You can always come to my crib. And I'm still adjacent to what I'm saying. And I like the feeling. I like the vibe to, like I said, I wouldn't want, my city know what I'm talking about. That's simple. I just have to say that. And there's I can name artists like a motherfucker, especially when they goddamn pick up a goddamn. Y'all see mine? You want to say what I said in my other video about, like, if I went out with a girl and that connection's there, you done picked up a boy. If you don't listen to this militia, you and then usually they, they'll tell people they'll play stupid if that big homie is in their face, but in the end, it makes my music harder as as an underground artist, that too. Because it's like, a lot of artists is just like, if I talk to them, they're like, what are you talking about? And it's just like, so what's the code? If I ask them about, like, I know a lot of people that know that is just, they're not Webpoolz speed, but they got the speed. But yeah, it's like, so what's the code? And then the first code is, well, I am younger than you, so where you can always come back. But all right, so, but mine's a mafia strip. Why? Like I said, in that respect of the business, it's not, obviously the cultures of etc. But Pangea is not a theory in the unity between, as I explained in some videos some time ago. But yeah, so yeah, right, the Lord. But all right, so the whole point that I'm making is but yeah, so that's the whole point. The whole point is I wasn't gonna sit by and let them do that boy like that, and they don't do their job as a newscast. Because you want to wait to breaking news something, right? But y'all also going and be like, okay, so I thought that person was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not, and then, but you're setting up people for fail. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you want to set a prospect up. You want to set everybody, you set people up to fail so you can try to render them a certain way. And that's how you set that prospect up to fail. You didn't do your job at all. You chose quantity over quality because it will overfill setting prospect up. So we think that prospect gonna prevail, and then they can laugh at, so that's why I was saying that for. And then obviously lawyers told me good luck in that quantity over quality too, if I'm not explaining it right. I know what I'm saying. So to really establish, when I said Oregon head coach said real football, backup quarterback said I'm not comfortable in there either. You know what I'm saying? That's how, good luck. So, no one's trying to sound cool. I was going to flame. My phone's about to die, so I was going to flame y'all a different way. And, I said I didn't try to fall all the way, but I was just going to just, roast and be like, now y'all can't tell me that, and then probably look up other stuff. But the atmosphere was too ready for how when we used to chill and we was entertaining like that, and then we go to school and they knew what circle of kids that was. I'm an adult now. I didn't like that as a kid. My parent was okay or something, but didn't want the feds in or something, want me to do that minimum. I'm an adult now. Okay, that's not overriding. It wasn't overriding then. It's not overriding now. Okay, y'all have a good one.